After a very long time, I thought I'll come on live, mainly to discuss on one particular topic, that is depression among the elders. Elders, when I'm saying, is above 60s. You see, that's the most least spoken topic which where I've seen. You have seen some actresses, some uh, you know they talk about depression among youth, depression among children, depression among actresses. Yes, they are true and they are real, and it should be happening. I mean, it should be spoken about. But one of the topic which is probably covered the least, at least India may, is about the depression among the elders. So why I got this topic is because of a relative of mine, right? A relative in the sense, an extended family, far relative, who must be around 70s, in their 70s. So he retired, the retired person in a very good government, from a very good government post, and staying in that same area for more than 50 years, and had his own house, everything. So a peaceful family, three kids, and the eldest one is in some other country, Australia, and the second one always keeps traveling. He's in a high-profile job. Everybody has got their own family and house, and the youngest one stays in the same city as he stays, but in a different location. Unfortunately, if I should say, it's not a mistake of the children, right? The children did ask him, like, if he wants to um move on and stay with them. पर ये उनके पापा जी ने ना कर दिया, बिकॉज उन्होंने बोला कि मेरा ये खुद का कमाई का मकान है जो मैं नहीं छोड़ना चाहता हूँ, एंड यहाँ का जो कम्युनिटी है इनसे मैं बहुत क्लोज हूँ, एंड या ही वाज कंसिडर्ड एज वन ऑफ द एल्डर पैटर्न इन द कम्युनिटी, सबसे बातचीत होता है एंड एवरीथिंग. But the problem with this elderly gentleman is he refused to go with any of the children. First, second, he like उनके जो wife हैं, she had passed away 3 years back. Okay, so and उनका health भी थोड़ा deteriorate हो रहा था, age related. So he was losing his eyesight, and walking भी उतना नहीं जा सकते थे. He was not, when he had to be believe on somebody else, right? वैसा जा रहा था. So just heard that yesterday in the early in the morning time he had taken you know some toxic substance leke, and he was lying down. Fortunately for him, there was an youngster who used to come to his house for watering the plants. They have to take the keys from him to open the motor ka jo rehta hai na unka. So they have to open it and take the to water the plants. उस मोटर से बॉम्ब ऑन करना था, तो उसके लिए दरवाज़ा खटखटाया. Then he opened and went and saw he was lying down, or he was in a position where he was not able to speak, so he was signaling them that he was ऐसा. So they had immediately they called the ambulance, and he was shifted to the hospital. He's still in ICU and ventilator. So when I visited him with my relative, he was in ICU and did not have much to speak. But one of his kid who was staying in the same city, वो उनके साथ बैठा था, ठीक है. So I kind of asked him some leading questions. Just wanted to find out what his mental setup was. So apparently, as I told him, he did not want to go with his kids. He did not. Because he says ये मेरा घर है, मेरे खुद के कमाई से बनाया हुआ घर है. सो मैं यहाँ से खाली नहीं कर सकता हूँ, 50 साल से यही रह रहा हूँ. So I wanted to stay back in the community, and he was a very good person in the, like, very well known in the community. वो भी था, लेकिन why he took the drastic step. I could, you know, because unless until he opens his mouth and speaks, we cannot know. But मैं जितना तक जानता हूँ, मैं I can just think about, presume lot of things. एक तो था कि he apparently he lost his partner for so many years, 3 years back. So there's a study also which is said that if the partners may, if the husband goes first, the wife somehow has the guts and willpower. They're more courageous. I mean, it's like whether people agree to it or not. That's true. Women are more stronger willpower and they have the guts and courage to live on. Husbands cannot. So if the husband you know uh, passes away, the wife lives for a longer period of time than the reverse. The wife passes away, husband hardly survives for more than 2 3 years. वो एक कारण है because they are more and more dependent on the wives, on their partner, right, female partner. But and the second part is whenever a person who was in a good state, मेरे मेरे पास फैमिली है, मेरे बात सुनने के लिए कोई है, मेरे पास राय लेने के लिए कोई है, मेरा सजेशन लेने के लिए, मेरा एडवाइस, इट्स नॉट द मनी, राइट, इट्स मोर ऑफ देयर इम्पोर्टेंस इन द फैमिली. अगर वो उनको लग रहा है कि इट इज़ गोइंग डाउन, what is like हम सब जी रहे हैं ना, we are all living, what are we living for? One thing is we are living for, our motivation is we have to do something for the family. We have to do something for the family so that the family grows up. फैमिली के लिए कुछ अच्छा करें, मेरी वाइफ के लिए, मेरे बच्चों के लिए अच्छा करें. So that is the basic idea they wanted to grow up as. But what happens as they go up is once they retire, first thing is they get cut off from the colleagues. उनके colleagues से उनका चला जाता है the connect. So professionally, if we take it, they are not able to provide. वो कट जाता है. Second thing is family. When the kids grow up and they start having their own family, and when they also grow up and have the grandkids, they are also not approaching the elderly for any advice, any suggestions. The only time, unfortunately, in our country or any other country, you say is only during the Mother's Day, Father's Day, or whatever day, is that only time they remember their parents, right? When they go back to the parents, and that is a, so they feel kind of they have no purpose to live, right? Community में till certain time, till they are independent, till they are able to do everything, they continue, they feel important, right? They feel important and they feel mm, they have something to live for. जब वो भी कम हो जाता है, when they become dependent on something else, like this gentleman, उनका आई साइट बहुत कम हो गया था, and he had to believe, he had to depend on somebody else to take him along, walk, even walk, and he had apparently had fallen twice or thrice when he was walking. So वो था, and he started खुद को ही कोसने लगा होगा, like I have to depend on somebody else, dependent on someone else. And yeah, and a second thing is difficult to walk, so he had to use a walker or something. He could not go to any relatives place, he could not go to any functions. जब वो सब कम्युनिटी से कट हो जाता है ना, community, when I'm saying, it is not only the immediate next family but also the wider family, right? सब खट हो जाता है. The only option for them, I mean, as our elders do, if you observe, they go on seek the grace of our Almighty. प्रभु के नाम लेके हर दिन बैठ सकते हैं, but that also kind of helps them to some extent. But वो जो अंदर से जो बात है ना, that why am I not able to do more? Like, why am I not being noticed? Why am I not being considered that important as I was before? जब वो उनके मन में आ जाता है, that willpower, that thing, why should I live? whom should I live for? वो जब उनके मन में आ जाता है, then they slowly start to lose their will to live. आप कितने लोग देखे होंगे बहुत सीरियस में एडमिट होंगे हुए होंगे, लेकिन जब उनके विल पावर उनको द थिंग दे वांटेड टू लिव, द विल टू लिव उनको, दे कम आउट ऑफ ऑल द, कितने सालों के बाद कोमा से बाहर आया है, ऑल दिस थिंग. सो आई हैव सीन इट इन क्लोज क्वार्टर्स इन मेनी ऑफ माई ओन रिलेटिव्स. जब हो जाता है तो इट रियली इज पेनफुल, बट देन my only take from this is, जितना भी a person, once we all only think about the present, right? present में हमको अपनी फैमिली के साथ, अपनी बच्चों के लिए, अपनी बीवी और हस्बैंड के लिए इतना काम करना है, उनको ये दिलाना है, वो दिलाना है. when they become independent, what have you planned for yourself? You have not planned anything for yourself, right? तो पैशन किसी के लिए इतना, दे आर सो कंसर्न अबाउट their current job and making money, they don't give any time towards their passion, towards their artistic side. Unless until you have an artistic side, even though you don't have anybody to love, at least you have your passion to work on. जब वो कम हो जाएगा, then what is like, the will to live, किसके लिए जिए वो आ जाता है. जब वो माइंड में आ जाता है, then everything goes for a very very it goes into, that's also a kind of depression. They go into depression. If you look at some of the countries, western countries, where I have seen the home care, senior home care is there, they're not called as uh, you know what they call it here, they call it as home care or senior care home or something. Where I used to stay in the US, I was surrounded by three to four places, three to four buildings. It's a huge building. It's not some makeshift एक छोटा सा एक कमरा करके जहाँ पे ऐसा we see it in India. I'm not blaming them. जो भी कर रहे हैं elders के लिए, very good. They are going beyond their level to do something. But the amount of money is spent by not only by the government, by the private parties also, is huge for the whole elderly care. So people, elders there, there most of the culture, Western culture is they after 16 years they make sure the kids don't stay with them. They become independent. They chase them out of the house. If somebody stays more than their teens inside the house, they are called useless. They are called as very weaklings. हंसते हैं उसके ऊपर. So I mean, many of the elders after their retirement they save money to get admission into some of the elderly care. So they go there and stay there. When they go there and stay, they are given everything, right from medical attention to their food to their all the care. It is like staying in a hotel. It's like in a PG. But yeah, you have to give your money. And although I wouldn't advise it, but that is a better alternative than what we have in the present uh, condition in India. I think that would be a better thing. I think not only the government, the private parties, the big companies should start looking at investing in this aspect, because the advantage is they also get to meet their age group, their mind wavelength people. One more thing back with the elders, what we have seen is ये बोलते हैं जनरेशन गैप. So अगर कोई even to a person who is above 40 also, they start calling them boomer uncles and boomer aunties and all things, because the Gen Z, Gen X, Gen Alpha, whatever, they don't they consider them not to their level, right? When they start behaving, so they start further going inside a shell. तो अपने उम्र के लोगों के साथ अगर बैठेंगे, बात करेंगे, अपने ज़माने का बात करेंगे, then it feels good for them. They need some people to talk to around. If you have people around in the same age group and wavelength, it actually does wonders. वो एक बात है. दूसरी, which I feel is a big solution, which is very unfortunately missing in India, was the what I call it, not a nuclear family, joint family system. If you like, not our, my मेरे ज़माने में, मैं जब छोटा था देखा था, I don't know about next generation after me, नहीं देखे होंगे joint family का. You go to certain villages, you have papa, mama, dada, dadi, nana, nani, your buas, your uncles, aunts. There's a huge family and their cousins. It's a huge family living in a big household. You know, people used to say, like, now people laugh at it. You see a lot of the so-called comedy movies made on such kind of things, but actually they don't understand the importance of it. I have spoken about it before also. बच्चों का जो mental health well-being है, and what we keep hearing about physical abuse, of the children and other women, will not happen if they are staying in nuclear family. At least will be reduced. Uh, See, when I was a kid, if even if I had some kind of mental lethargy, or if I feel little down, if my mother is not around, my father is not around, if Dada Dadi is not around, at least my aunt or uncle or my cousin, elderly cousin, right? They'll be there. They used to come, energize me, brighten me up, and used to take around, make sure that I don't go into that phase. जब आसपास कोई नहीं है, when a person is depressed, whom does he have to turn around? भगवान को ही एक, that is the only way they have. But how many people are so serious about going to, looking for to the Bhagwan side? In our fast world, I don't think many of us has that thing also. So nuclear family may, one more thing is, the first thing is the mental trauma and the depression. The chances are less. At the same time, even the physical abuse and the abuses which happens will be greatly refused, because somebody or other is in looking at you. There is somebody watching over you. तो उसका जो है वो कम होगा. तीसरी बात है, especially the elders, until they pass away. हमारा, whenever my grandfather used to walk inside the house, there's a sudden hush all around. हम कितने, we used to make noise, when the kids, right? And the elders, we used to make noise. The moment we see that my grandfather is entering the house, there will be a constant hush everywhere, and everybody will start working, going around. वो आ गए तो वो तैयार करना है, ये तैयार करना है. It's not an act. That respect comes from within. And when a person enters the house and they feel they are valued, they feel important. And जो भी, after my grandfather's passing away also, my grandmother, till she stayed, जो भी डिसीजन होता है, जो भी डिसीजन लेना है, even for a simplest of thing, we used to approach her, either to take blessings or take their help, on reaching to a proper decision. And with their vast experience, they used to help. And I sweetly remember the weekends में सब बच्चों को बिठा के, she used to apply, oil to all of her, the grandkids' heads, body पे. We used to have oil bath, right, once a week. तो सबको बिठा के एक एक को, on the line, you used to make them do that. And करते वक्त she used to, just to keep us all engaged, right, because kids का attention span is very less. But I still remember this. It's fresh in my memory because my grandmother used to tell about Ramayana. Ramayana, that Kand रहता है ना, Sundar Kand, Bala Kand, and all this thing. She used to tell about each of those. Uh, and the way she used to narrate is, she tells with a lot of expression in her face, almost like Like if I have to speak like Prabhu Shri Ram, बहुत शांति से, and she used to speak like some Danav or Ravan. She used to speak in the tone that used to encapture us. But उनका काम भी हो जाता है, oil लगा के. Otherwise you see the kids, how they nowadays scream and shout if you have to play take oil bath. So वो करते थे. And you know Sunday was a festival. It was like a festival. Every weekend was a festival. And it's not only the children, even the elders used to be doing their job. Imagine 11 or 10 to 11 children are all taken away, like at least kept for some time engaged in some other than from their parents. They are at least able to do their job, right? Mothers will be working in the making the food ready or feeding the cattles. Mother and father both, right? वो मेरे घर में ऐसा था कि if वो we used to cut vegetables. The male folks used to cut vegetables, and some of the dishes my mama used to make it beautiful. Dish karte the. So when that dish used to be made, my mama used to enter the kitchen. He used to do it, and cutting vegetables were given to the guys. The female. So मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? So when that thing happens, the elderly in the house also is given the importance. Like they feel important. जो उनकी वजह से उनका संस्कार जो है बच्चों को जा रहा है, उनके पोता पोतियों को जा रहा है. So that pride which they have will stay. Joint family में this is one thing which really helps because it not only takes care of the children, they also take care of the physical and mental setup of the elderly. Financially also, if let's say my uncle or my parents themselves, I mean, I'm just giving an example, right? They did not have that much money. They did not have that much, they were facing some difficulty. My uncle used to provide. My uncle was facing it, then another my uncle or aunt used to provide. So it was a wonderful joint family system which took care of everything. It was like a community by itself. Unfortunately, we are losing the joint family system. We have lost it already. People living in the city, in the garb of making more money, future ke liye, that is the future which never comes. That is my understanding. So this gentleman's family, whom I was talking about initially, it would have been imagine if that person wouldn't have gone into depression and taken this extreme step. Imagine if his grandkids were with him. Imagine if the kids were with him, if daughter-in-laws were with him, he wouldn't have taken this step. But since he was staying alone for more than 3 years, I think I don't know whatever went into his mind. I will have to, when he's out of the ICU, is when he can speak in a speakable condition. I would definitely will visit him and speak more to him. But this is what I thought I will speak to you people who are watching it. But then that is one topic which I feel we should talk about more: depression in the elderly, uh, which is growing more and more. If you see, I have not seen any elderly apart from those in the professional or some loan thing. This person, any elderly, taking this extreme step of taking to finish himself or herself could be because of mental pressure or could be anything else. I have to really find out, but this is what came into my mind. And yeah, so just ensure that you see your elderly as much you see your children. Keep them in engaged all the time. If they are not, get them to work on something. Get them give them their hobbies back. Make way, make them eligible for getting their hobbies back. Just to give an example, small example, my mother, after my father's passing, she started doing her oil painting. I mean, she is not a artist as such, but she likes to do oil painting. So encourage, she keeps doing it every day. She likes to write poems and everything. So she writes poems. Uh, she writes about the historical, her history, her, the way she was brought up. Very beautiful story wise she writes, with descriptive presentation of where she lived and all. So we encourage because that helps them, make them think that they have done something very productive, right? Make them feel that, make them enjoy the life that is given to them, not like taking their own life. That really is something which was unbearable for me. That's what I thought. I'll take this opportunity to talk. Anyways, that's all for me. Just a random ad hoc, off the cuff kind of talk. So thank you. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram, Har Har Mahadev.